Hey friends, this is Pastor Steve, and I have a unique invitation to the 20 select few that are going to get this message, but it's also a very big opportunity. I'm reaching out to you. You have all been our stewardship route leaders, many of you for several years, but all of you in 2020. And we're reaching out to you to invite you to kind of a next step in that stewardship process or that community connection process. We're going to invite you to be a community care leader in this season of the coronavirus scare and our social isolation. We're going to invite you, if you're open to that invitation, we're going to send you an updated list of that route you had last fall. And on that list, it's going to have the same names, maybe a few additions with new members, along with email addresses and cell phone numbers of those folks on your route. And our invitation to you is just to try to be a connectional presence in the lives of those 8 to 10 to 12 families. You might want to set up an email group or a text group or a Facebook group. But we're just looking for you to help us maintain a connection with everybody in the congregation over this season ahead. It'd be a way for you just to talk, converse, stay connected. Most of your groups are geographically oriented in your local neighborhood. So it's an opportunity for you to check in and stay connected again in this season of social isolation. In the midst of those connections, you might realize that maybe there's an elderly couple in your group and they have a need to have a prescription picked up, and somebody in your group might meet that need. You might see someone in your group who needs help picking up groceries, or as this situation stretches on, they might need help with yard work in the spring. And so you're a group that could be that first line of defense to minister to one another. You're also that connectional piece that as larger needs become a reality, you'd be able to communicate them to the church. And so we're asking you to either spearhead that effort for your group of 8 or 10 or 12 families, or maybe identify somebody else on that list for us. Friends, really, this coronavirus scare, it is forcing us to do church in a new way at a lot of different levels. But I actually think this might be moving us to do church the way God wants us to do church. Certainly with larger corporate, big church gatherings and big church ministries, but also doing church in our local communities. So I think these connectional groups, they're certainly going to help us weather the storm of isolation. But I think they could really have long-term benefits to help us be a church that's really building connections in each of our local communities. So to that end, I'd invite you to invite neighbors as well. You're going to get a list of 8 to 10 families, but you might have some neighbors that you want to include in that social group and just help them experience Christ through your connections. Again, I just think this is an amazing way for us to help us all grow deeper in our relationship with Christ and our relationships with one another, but it's also a great opportunity for us to reach wider. If you're open to that invitation, I would just invite you to give a yes to Danny. Danny's coordinating those lists, and you're going to see that your list attached below. BJ Kyle, our lay leader, Joel Ernst, our administrative board chair, are already kind of helping spearhead that as well. Camilla Petreniak is our congregational care leader. So we'll all be a part of that larger effort to connect with the congregation. But if you're up for leading your route or leading your connectional community, please let Danny or I know, or one of those other individuals. We'll try to include their email addresses here as well. But thank you for all that you're already doing to serve Prospect and serve Christ through the church. And for your willingness, we hope to step up to this great opportunity as well. Thanks, and God bless you all. Bye.